Hey guys, this is Nate from RunDreamAchieve.com. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon so when I make a new video, you'll be notified of it. Today's video, I wanted to talk on how to overcome a running plateau. So I know a lot of us have all experienced this. We've all dealt with doing things in training, trying different training strategies and trying to get to a point where we can perform at our maximum level in our races. And a lot of times we either are running too many miles too slow, or we're running too high a percentage of our weekly mileage too fast, and we're not recovering. So the most important piece of advice I can give you guys, if you're at a point where you're just not getting the results that you're looking for, is to, one, invest in yourself. Over the years, I've invested in numerous training programs, running coaches. I've even gotten on mentorship calls with coaches over the years, that world-class coaches that taught me specific strategies, things that I was doing wrong, things that I needed to adjust in my training to get to that next level that I was really aiming for. And a lot of that also came from getting that mentorship from athletes or coaches that were doing things that I was dreaming about doing. I talk in other videos about when I was a 2:43 marathoner and I was trying to run under a 2 hour and 22 minute marathon, which back in 2007 was a USA Olympic Trials B standard time. And as you guys know, I mean, trying to drop that amount of time, maybe you're a 4 hour marathoner and you're trying to run 3:45, or you're a 2:45 marathoner trying to run a 2:25 marathon. These are big jumps, and you have to make some definitely you have to do things differently in training in order to get those results. So I always recommend checking out the resources on RunDreamAchieve.com. I've created specific running courses and training programs that are built for athletes that are either at the beginner level from the 5K to marathon distance, or for athletes that are at the elite level trying to run as fast as a sub 2:30 marathon, or maybe they're trying to run an Olympic trial standard or qualify for the Boston Marathon. Check out those resources. I also have specific mentorship calls where you can get on a call with me one-on-one, and let's figure out exactly what is going on with your training and what have you been doing wrong in the past, and where can we make those corrections. In terms of getting over a running plateau, investing in yourself and really seeking out new strategies, new things that you can do differently to get the best results really pays huge dividends down the road long term as you're preparing for your 5K up to the marathon distances. I've always tried to look at what, in my own training, what were the things that I was doing wrong on a consistent basis that were getting me further away from my goals rather than closer to my goals. And one of the biggest things I was doing as a marathon runner is I was just running too many miles not at fast enough effort. I was getting very fit aerobically, and I was able to get out and get to a point where I was running anywhere from like 16 to 24, 25 miles in distance for my long runs, which was making me a very strong, long, slow distance runner. But I was trying to run at paces that were in races that were far too fast, and I wasn't preparing myself properly in training because I was running, like I said, too many miles. I was getting very fit aerobically, but anaerobically, I wasn't spending a high enough percentage of my weekly volume training at paces that were closer to my lactate threshold or my VO2 max. I always say now, having looked back at some of the things I was doing wrong, I always say to my athletes and the people that come to these videos, spend one workout each week at your VO2 max, where you're running at closer to your maximum heart rate. Examples of this is like 12 to 16 200 meters on the track, where you're running closer to your one mile to 5K race effort, and say you're training for the half marathon or the 10K, spending a little bit of time training at paces that you can only handle for a few seconds to a few minutes, is going to make you a very efficient athlete, very efficient runner, because you're teaching your body to build up a ton of lactic acid, and to be able to eventually, as you get fitter, clear that lactic acid faster than it's building up in your bloodstream. So I hope that makes sense. The athletes that are making it look very easy in training, or and in racing as well, have gotten to a point where they have built up that lactic acid tolerance, and that doesn't come overnight. It's not going to be easy. Don't expect it to be easy, but just know that athletes all around the world at various capabilities have all experienced the same setbacks and the same frustrations that you're dealing with. And know that to overcome a running plateau, you also have to have the mental tenacity to know that great results come about over many months and many years. It doesn't just happen overnight. So don't get caught up and start in self-doubt and start second-guessing your capabilities. Just know that one, if it was easy, and if you're trying, especially if you're trying to run a specific time, the more specific your training has to be, and the more specific your mentality and your focus has to be. If you're going after a specific race effort, a race time, where you're trying to run a specific pace per mile or per kilometer for the entire duration of your event. So in terms of how to overcome a running plateau, you have to think about the mental aspect of your preparation. It's not just the physical preparation that most of us are very good at. We're very we have no issue getting out and putting in the mileage. The mental piece of our preparation that a lot of athletes don't get right. They don't realize how powerful the subconscious mind is. 10 to 20 minutes each day on seeing in your mind's eye what you want to achieve on the roads or on the track. You have to visualize yourself doing that, because your subconscious mind does not know the difference between reality or imagination. So, and I know how important this is, because when I first came to the Army World Class Athlete Program as a conditional athlete back in 2007, all I had at the time was a 51:53 10-mile personal best. I had run 1:13 for the half marathon when I was in college. This was years prior to getting to the World Class Athlete Program. And I had a 2:43:36 marathon personal best. So I was in no way, shape, or form qualified to be a part of that unit. Granted, those are competitive times, but when you're at that particular unit, you have to either, at a minimum, have an Olympic trials qualifying standard in an Olympic event, which I did not have at the time. So all I had was, I had qualified for 2 Armed Forces World Cross Country teams. And like I said, I had a 51-minute 10-mile personal best. So I had the potential to qualify, or to get a national qualifying standard or an Olympic trials qualifying standard in the marathon, but I hadn't got it right at that point. So I had to spend a lot of time not only adjusting what I was doing in training to get to a point where I could run from 2:43 to sub 2:22, which I eventually broke 2:20 and ran 2:19:35 for the marathon. And a lot of that time I was spending visualizing in my mind what I wanted to do, and I was tenacious about what I was doing in terms of mental preparation and in my physical preparation. So to get over a running plateau, you have to be tenacious. You have to consistently do something, on a daily basis, on a monthly, yearly basis, and know that your results might not come in the next few months. They may come in the next few years, but you have to be willing to do more and to be persistent enough and to do that preparation long enough to get the results that you're looking for. So, how to overcome that running plateau, that point where you just feel like you're stuck. Just know that there are resources there for you. Like I said, on RunDreamAchieve.com, I've created the training programs, running courses that are available for you. I have numerous free content here on the Run Dream Achieve running YouTube channel as well. If you're also, I'm leaving here on the screen another resource. My sister site, nutritiongeeks.com, is there for you if you're focused on your nutrition. That's another big piece of running success. So maybe there's something that you're doing in training that's keeping you at your running plateau in terms of maybe missing something in terms of your nutrition. One of a big mistake that I made was I was running low on iron years ago. I had to get a blood test, and I never would have thought of getting a blood test if it wasn't for my coach at the time, who was the 1985 Boston Marathon champion, Lisa Rainsberger. She said, hey, I was really having issues in training. I wasn't performing very well. I had all the motivation in the world, but I just wasn't getting the results I was looking for in my races and as well as in my training. And she said, hey, you may be running low on on iron or some kind of mineral, so check out getting a blood test. So I got a blood test, and sure enough, I was anemic. So again, focus on finding out what is going on in your training that is not getting you the results that you're looking for, and invest in yourself. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. If there's something that I didn't cover, or you have a specific question, leave me a comment below this video. Let me know. Like I said, I'll either make a video about it or answer your question. I always do the best I can to answer comments that are made at the bottom of these videos. So I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And like I said, stay focused on what you're wanting to do. Know that great results come with time. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all in the next video.